Before we get into this unbelievable Christmas story, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you never miss another powerful video like this one. It happened on a quiet December evening in the small town of Maplewood, a place that wore the illusion of peace like a Christmas sweater, bright on the outside, itchy underneath. Snow drifted lazily across the streets, settling on rooftops, mailboxes, and the branches of old oak trees that arched over the neighborhood like guardians of holiday cheer. But for Marcus Reed, a 37-year-old Black Army veteran, that night would become a memory carved into his life forever, a night that twisted from festive joy to cold, shocking injustice in a matter of minutes. Marcus had been decorating his home for hours. He'd just moved into Maplewood 3 months earlier after retiring from 14 years of service, including 2 tours in Afghanistan. He had chosen the neighborhood because he wanted peace, a quiet place to plant new roots, breathe air that didn't smell like dust and diesel, and finally celebrate holidays he'd missed for years. His home, a quaint brick house at the end of Cedar Lane, came alive that night with an explosion of color: red, white, and green lights wrapped around the porch, twinkling icicles dangling from the roof, and a massive star he planned to place above his doorway, a tradition he carried from his childhood. He hummed quietly to himself as he worked. Christmas had always been his mother's favorite holiday. She had passed away while he was stationed overseas, and he never forgave himself for not being there. So every December, he poured himself into decorating, not for himself, but for her. Every bulb was a memory, every strand of lights, a moment she would have loved. But Maplewood wasn't quite ready for Marcus. Across the street, hidden behind lace curtains, a pair of judgmental eyes watched his every move. Helen Whitmore, a 67-year-old self-appointed neighborhood protector, clutched her phone like it was a badge of honor. She had lived in Maplewood her entire life and believed it was her sacred duty to keep the neighborhood orderly, a word she used frequently, though her neighbors knew it was simply code for something uglier. She had never spoken to Marcus since he moved in. She didn't wave when he passed. She didn't smile. She only stared, lips tight, jaw clenched, searching for something, anything, to complain about. Tonight she found it. She narrowed her eyes as Marcus carried a ladder to the front yard. To anyone else, he looked like a man decorating his home. But to Helen, he looked like a stranger up to something. A person who didn't belong. A man daring to bring light to a street she wanted to keep under her control. She didn't hesitate. She dialed 911. Her voice was shaking, not with fear, but with excitement, the kind born from a sense of self-righteous authority. "Yes, hello. I need police right away," she said. "There's a man breaking into that house across the street. He's on the ladder, messing with the windows and the roof. I think he's trying to get inside. He doesn't live there." The dispatcher asked for details. Helen whispered urgently, "He's black. He's tall. He looks dangerous. Send someone quickly." Within minutes, while Marcus was threading another set of lights across his porch railing, the quiet hum of the town was shattered by flashing red and blue lights bouncing against the snow. 2 police cars screeched to a stop in front of his house, tires crunching over ice. Marcus didn't notice them at first. The music in his earbuds drowned out the sirens. But he saw the red glow reflecting on his ladder, and when he turned his head, 2 officers were already in his yard, guns half drawn, faces tight with adrenaline. "Sir, step off the ladder. Hands where we can see them." Marcus froze. His heart lurched, thudding in his chest like a drum. He climbed down slowly, hands raised, palms open. "Officers, what's going on?" "Drop the lights. Step back," one barked. Marcus looked down at the string of warm white bulbs dangling from his hands. He let them fall into the snow. "Sir, we received reports of a break-in," the younger officer said. "A break-in? I'm decorating my house," Marcus replied, trying to keep his voice steady. "This is my home. Do you have identification on you?" No, I'm outside decorating," Marcus said. "My wallet is inside." "Turn around. Hands behind your back." "Wait, what? I just told you this is my house." "Turn around now." Before Marcus could protest again, cold steel clamped around his wrists. The officers shoved him toward the patrol car, his boots slipping slightly on the slushy snow. His neighbors began peeking out of their windows. One woman gasped. A father pulled his child back inside. Shame and disbelief washed over him while decorating his home. Marcus is humiliated as officers treat him like a criminal on his own property. But when his keys unlock the door and the officers discover his military photos and "Welcome home, Sergeant Reed" plaque, they realize their mistake and release him, though the emotional damage is already done. The neighbors begin to gather just as Marcus's Christmas lights turn on, revealing a stunning tribute to veterans, complete with glowing soldier silhouettes and a shimmering American flag. The breathtaking display shocks the officers, the neighbors, and even Helen, the woman who falsely reported him. People begin apologizing, expressing support and admiration. A young girl with a father in the army gives Marcus a thank you card, moving him deeply. The officers agree to file a report against the false claim, and Helen steps forward to apologize, admitting she assumed the worst because he was a black man on a ladder. Marcus tells her that real help would have been offering a hand, not calling the police. The neighbors begin to see him with new respect, and the once hostile street softens. As snow falls and the crowd disperses, Marcus looks at his glowing lights and finally smiles, because the truth has shined brighter than ignorance, proving he belongs in the neighborhood and isn't going anywhere.